In today's video, we will see two awesome and most powerful functions of Excel, sum and count. These two functions are mostly used to analyze data or to maintain large data sheets. Hi, my name is Vijay and you are watching Office Mom. Let's start the video without any delays. Here we have got a sales data and we have to do sum of quantity sold as well as amount. So our function or formula will be plus or equal to sum. As soon as I typed S, I got recommendation sum. Bracket open. I'll select the range, means top cell is 2. I'll click on the bottom cell and will close the bracket and will hit enter. So I got my sum over here. Let's see this in the second way. I'll delete this. Plus or equal to sum, bracket open. I'll select the whole range. We'll close the bracket and we'll hit enter. We will see the third way. I'll delete this. I'll go in home tab. Then I'll go to extreme right hand side. Here we have got our functions. On the top we can see sum function. I'll select this and I'll hit enter. So we got our sum over here. Now let's come to the amount. We can find out the sum over here in the same way, but this time we are going to use shortcut. In case you are using MacBook, the shortcut will be Command plus Shift plus T. And if you are using Windows, the shortcut will be Alt plus equal to. I am using MacBook, so I'll press Command, Shift and T. And no need to hit enter. I got my amount over here, means sum total of my amount over here. In case you have got only couple of values, in that case you can do plus or equal to sum, bracket open. You can select the values manually. I selected the first amount plus second amount plus third amount. I'll close the bracket and I'll hit enter. So over here I haven't selected the range. I have selected the cells manually. I'll delete this. I'll delete this also. I'll delete couple of values from the center. Now I'll use my shortcut Alt plus equal to, and I got my sum total over here. One thing to notice, when I'll double click on the range, my sum total is only from here till the end, means it haven't selected the whole range. In this case, what we will have to do, we will have to delete this and we'll have to select our range manually. And we'll have to hit enter. So whenever you are using shortcut, please ensure there is no blank value. In case there is blank value, select the range manually. Now let's see Sumif. Here I have got sales data where I have got name of salesperson along with region, date, items, quantity sold and amount. Now I want to check quantity sold and amount of particular items. So we will use Sumif over here. Plus or equal to Sumif, we got the recommendation, bracket open, range. We have to provide our range over here. So either we can select this manually or we can click on the top and all the things will be selected. Now we will press function F4 and the cells will be logged. Comma, we have to provide the criteria. So we want quantity sold of mobile. I'll insert double inverted comma and will type mobile manually. Double inverted comma close. Comma, we have to provide some range. Over here we want quantity sold, so I'll select quantity sold over here. We'll press function F4 and the cells will be logged. Bracket close and I'll hit enter. So total quantity sold of mobile is 680. I'll drag this down. One thing you'll notice that in all the items, it's showing 680 because we have typed mobile over here. Let's make this dynamic. I'll double click over here and will delete mobile along with double inverted commas and will select the item name from here. Now I'll hit enter and will drag this down. Now we got quantity sold of all the individual items: TV, earphone, watch, tablet and earbuds. When we will change the name from here, TV, we got the total amount sold of TV. Let's undo this, Ctrl Z or Command Z. Now let's use Sumif formula for amount. Plus or equal to Sumif, bracket open, range. So we want amount of items. We will click over here on the top. We'll press function F4 and the cells will be locked. Comma. We are not going to type mobile manually. We will select our cell. Comma. Sum range. We want total of amount. So we will click over here on the top. We'll press function F4. We'll close the bracket and we'll hit enter. Now we will drag this down. So the function of Sumif is only for one criteria. Here we had got only one criteria of items. One thing you might have noticed, I have selected the data from the top and not in this way. So what's the basic logic behind that? I'll copy this, Ctrl C or Command C, and we'll go in a vast data. This data is really vast. Over here all the heads are same as it was in last sheet. Now I'll paste over here. And you'll notice that I have got details of all the things over here and I haven't changed any formula or function. And this got updated automatically because I had selected the data from the top and not from the range. So whenever you are working on any data, either small or big, try to select the data from the top and not the range. I'll delete this from here. Now let's move to Sumifs. In Sumif, we had only one criteria of items. But in Sumifs, we are going to take three criterias. In Sumifs, you can take up to 250 criterias. But we are going to see only for three criterias, or we are going to use only three criterias over here. Quantity sold. Now we will insert the function of Sumifs plus or equal to Sumifs. I'll select this, bracket open, sum range. In Sumif, we had to provide range, but in Sumifs, we have to provide sum range. So what's our sum range over here? We want count of quantity sold. We will select this and we'll press function F4 and the cell will be locked. Comma. Now we have to provide criteria range. So our first criteria is salesperson. We will select this. We'll press function F4. Comma. Now we have to provide the criteria. This is the criteria. We will select this. Comma. Criteria range 2. So criteria range 2 is region. We will select region. We'll press function F4. Comma. Criteria range 2. So our criteria range 2 is over here. Means this cell. Comma. Criteria range 3. So criteria range 3 is items. So we will select this, we'll press function F4 and the cell will be locked, comma, criteria 3, we will select first item from here. We'll close the bracket and we'll hit enter. Now we will drag this till end. So Albert sold 89 mobiles from East region. When we will change it to West, there were 0 sales. North, 0, South, again 0. Means Albert sold mobile only from East region. Now let's insert Sumifs in amount plus or equal to Sumifs, bracket open, sum range. This is our sum range. Amount, function F4 and cells will be locked, comma. Criteria range 1. Our criteria range 1 is salesperson. So we will select data of all the salesperson from here and we'll press function F4 and the cells will be locked, comma. Criteria. So the criteria is salesperson, comma. Criteria range 2. Criteria range 2 is region. We will select region from here. We'll press function F4, comma. Criteria 2. Criteria 2 is over here. We will select this, comma. Criteria range 3. So criteria range 3 is items. So we will select items from here and we'll press function F4, comma. Criteria 3 is mobile. So we will select mobile from here. We'll close the bracket and we'll hit enter. So we got our amount over here. We will drag this down. So Albert sold 89 mobiles from East region and the total amount was this. In the same way, Colby sold 93 mobiles from East region and the total amount was this. So this is how Sumifs work. One thing to remember over here, we have to provide sum range just once and criteria range and criteria will be repeated again and again. Let's move to Sumproduct now. Over here we want sales of all the items, but we have got quantity sold and rate. Now we have got two choices over here. Either we multiply rate with quantity sold or we can use Sumproduct function. If we will do it manually, it's going to take lots of time. Plus or equal to this into this, enter, we will have to drag it down. Then we will have to use some formula or some function. Then we can get total amount. But we are not going to do this. I'll delete this. We are going to use function of Sumproduct. I'll click over here. We'll make this bigger. Let's use our function over here. Plus or equal to Sumproduct, bracket open, array. So our first array is this, quantity sold, comma, array2. So array2 is rate because we want to multiply quantity sold with rate or rate with quantity sold. We'll close the bracket and we'll hit enter. So we got our total over here. Let's cross check it manually. Plus rate into quantity sold. Enter. We'll drag this down. We'll sum all the things. We'll remove the decimal places. So the amount over here, what we had done manually, is same of Sumproduct. So this is how Sumproduct works. Now let's move to Sumsq. We have got few numbers over here and we want to do Sumsq of all the numbers. So if the numbers will be less, it can be done easily. But in case the numbers will be more, it will be really challenging. Let's do with one number plus Sumsq means Sumsq. We will select number 1, we'll close the bracket and we'll hit enter. So we got our result over here. Let's put some color over here to highlight it. Now we will do Sumsq for two numbers plus Sumsq, Sumsq, bracket open, number 1, comma, number 2. We will close the bracket and we'll hit enter. So we got our result over here. Let's cross check it manually. Plus this into this. Let's take this in bracket. Plus 64. Let's take this in bracket. 64 into 64. Let's close the bracket and let's hit enter. 7121, 7121. I'll delete this. We'll insert our formula over here now. Plus Sumsq, bracket open, number 1, comma, number 2, comma, number 3. We'll close the bracket and we'll hit enter. Here we have got 5 numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 plus Sumsq or Sumsq, number 1 is this, comma, number 2, comma, number 3, comma, number 4, comma, number 5. We'll close the bracket and we'll hit enter. So we got our Sumsq over here. I'll drag this till down. So this is how Sumsq works. Now let's move to count. First we will see function of count. These are the items which got sold and this is quantity sold. So I want to count how many items got sold. I'll insert function of count plus or equal to count, bracket open. I'll select my range. We'll close the bracket and we'll hit enter. So total 20 items got sold. Let's insert the same function over here plus or equal to count, bracket open, We will select the range, we'll close the bracket and we'll hit enter. We are not able to see count of items over here. So what's the basic reason? Count only works where numbers will be there. In case there will be no numbers, it will not count anything. I'll insert few numbers over here and it counted the numbers. I'll undo this. We'll delete the function of count and we'll insert the function of CountA plus or equal to CountA bracket open. I'll select my range. We'll close the bracket and we'll hit enter. Now we got our count. I'll insert few numbers over here and still it's counting the number of items. Means either it will be a text or a number, CountA is going to count all the numbers or items. Let's delete these three numbers and the count got reduced to 17. This time we want to count our blanks. So our function will be plus or equal to Countblank bracket open. We will select our range. We'll close the bracket and we'll hit enter. So number of blank cells are 3. What if I want to count all the items along with blank cells? So we can use CountA along with Countblank. I'll delete this and we'll insert the function of CountA plus CountA bracket open. I'll select my range. We'll close the bracket plus Countblank bracket open. I'll select the range once again. We'll close the bracket and we'll hit enter. And this time it counted the number of items as well as it counted blank cells. So in this way you can combine two functions together. So over here we have covered count, CountA and Countblank along with CountA plus Countblank. Now let's move to Countif. This time we are going to count number of items. So what's the count of TV, earphone, tablet or earbuds or TV? Few items got repeated over here. So we will create a list plus or equal to unique bracket open. We will select the range. We'll close the bracket and we'll hit enter. So we got list of our items. In case you want to arrange your list alphabetically, just click behind unique and insert sort, S-O-R-T, bracket open, come to the end, close the bracket and hit enter. Now we will copy our list, Ctrl C or Command C and we'll paste it over here as a value. Now we can delete this. Count. So what's the count of earbuds? We will use Countif over here. Plus or equal to Countif bracket open, range. Our range is this, items, function FO and the cell will be logged, comma, criteria, double inverted comma, earbud, double inverted comma close, bracket close and we will hit enter. So number of earbuds is 1. Let's drag this. It's showing 1 in all the items because we had typed earbuds manually. I'll delete this along with double inverted comma. We'll click over here and we'll hit enter. Now I'll drag this and we got count of all the items. Over here we want total quantity of earbuds sold. We don't want count over here. So in that case we will have to use formula of Sumif plus or equal to Sumif bracket open, range. So what's our range? Items. We'll press function F4, comma, criteria. So our criteria is this, comma, sum range. We will select total quantity sold. We'll press function F4. We'll close the bracket and we'll hit enter. We'll drag this till down. So total quantity of earbuds is 1 and total quantity sold of earbuds is 104. In the same way, total quantity of TV is 7, means 7 times we sold TV, but the total quantity in 7 times was 743. So over here we saw Countif as well as Sumif. Let's move to Countifs now. Items. We will create item list as before, plus or equal to unique bracket open. We will select the items, we'll close the bracket and we'll hit enter. We'll insert sort and we'll make it alphabetically. Enter. We'll copy this, Control C or Command C, and we'll paste over here. Paste as values. We'll delete this now. In the same way, we will take name of salesperson also, plus or equal to unique bracket open. We will select salesperson. We'll close the bracket and we'll hit enter. We'll arrange in alphabetical order, sort, bracket open. We'll come to the end, close the bracket and hit enter. Let's copy this, Control C or Command C, paste as values. Let's delete this. I think font is white over here. Let's make this black. Let's update our table. Over here we will be using two criteria, as per items and as per sales. Total count, plus or equal to Countifs, bracket open, criteria range 1. So what is our criteria range 1? Items. We will select this. We will press function F4, comma, criteria 1. We will select this, comma, criteria range 2. So criteria range 2 is salesperson. We will select this. We will press function F4, comma, criteria 2. So criteria 2 will be the name of the salesperson over here. We'll close the bracket and we'll hit enter. Now we will drag this till end. So Albert sold 0 earbuds. Let's do it TV. And Albert sold 1 TV. Means Albert sold TV just 1 times. Let's drag this. Colby sold TV 0 times. Dylan sold TV once. James sold TV twice. Jasper sold TV twice. Total sales. We will use Sumifs over here, plus or equal to Sumifs, bracket open, sum range. This is sum range, total sales, function F4, comma, criteria range 1. Criteria range 1 is items, function F4, comma, criteria 1 is TV, comma, criteria range 2 is name of salesperson. We will select this. We will press function F4, comma, criteria 2. We will click on the name over here. We will close the bracket and we will hit enter. Now we will drag this down. We will take this in center. So James sold TV twice, but the total amount was this. Dylan sold TV just once, but the total amount was this. Let's check the quantity sold. And here we are going to use Sumifs once again. Plus or equal to Sumifs, bracket open, sum range. Sum range will be quantity sold this time, because we want count of quantity sold or sum of quantity sold. Function F4. Let's come to the right side. Comma, criteria range 1. So criteria range 1 will be items. We will select items. Function F4, comma, criteria 1. We will click over here on specific item name, comma, criteria range 2. So criteria range 2 is salesperson. We will click over here and we'll select the range. We'll press function F4 and the cell will be logged, comma, criteria 2. We will click on the name of specific salesperson. We'll close the bracket and we'll hit enter. Now we will drag this down. We'll take this in center. So Dylan sold TV just once, but the quantity was 105. So the amount got so big. In the same way, James sold TV twice, but quantity sold was 214 and the total sales was this. So this is how Countif works. I'll provide link of this file in my description box. In case you want to download, you can. I'm sure you must have loved the video. Please don't forget to like, share and subscribe. See you soon with a new topic. Till then, bye-bye.